Welcome back. Yes, we're focusing on the agri sector, which Mr. Kerry did mention in passing in terms of how they've been impacted. They said, well, I don't know how much of that impact is in that sector. Well, we do have someone to shed some light on that. Aminu Goronyo, who is the president, Nigerian Rice Farmers Association. Good morning. Thank you for joining us today on the program. So, some days ago, we had some farmers who they say, COVID is really doing them good. That was their word. How about you? Can you say the same thing? How has it impacted on your value chain?
Well, I think those farmers that really said so, they have their reasons for saying that. And generally, and particularly to Rice Farmers Association and rice farmers, COVID-19 really does not stop us from the normal practices of what we have been doing in our farms.
So what kind of impact? Has it impacted negatively or positively on that sector?
Well, there are so many faces to the impact of the COVID-19. In the first place, before COVID-19, there are agitations by the federal government that everybody should quickly venture into agriculture. There were so many policies also of this government on agriculture, starting from the slogan that we must go back to agriculture, coming to we must grow what we eat, and also refusal to issue forex to those people that import food into the country, and then later border closure. All these processes, when they were taking place, Nigerians thought it was just a mere saying, not knowing that there are the steps that will help this country. So immediately the arrival of COVID-19, Nigerians now knew that we have no other country around us or across the globe that if we didn't grow what we eat, they will supply us with food. Every Nigerian today is aware that it's we that we produce what we eat. And for that reason, COVID-19 compelled virtually, particularly the youth, to go back to the farm. So for that reason, COVID-19 is really a blessing to Nigeria because it has compelled our youth and Nigerians as a whole to move back to agriculture, to move back to their lands. Every morning in our sector or under our association, we receive calls across the country that they want to join Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria because they want to become farmers. So if you look at this, we can say COVID-19 is a blessing to Nigeria because it has compelled virtually Nigerians to move back to agriculture, which is the sector that everybody knows that it can accommodate Nigerians in terms of job creation, wealth creation, and even food security. Now, so to me and to our farmers, that is why they are saying COVID-19 is a blessing because they are now back to farm. They are farming what they eat, and they don't need to go to the local market and use their own money that they know that they are supposed to save to buy food today. Most of them are growing what they are eating.
Right. You
So
know, I imagine a lot of people watching now thinking, how can I be a member so I can also smile to the bank? But I was looking at MBS's, price watch, latest price watch, and I realized that the price of rice increased month on month from between 4 to 9%. That's for local rice, especially. And, especially now, also that a lot of people's earnings have dropped. We're really hoping that, our local rice will come to the rescue and will be affordable in some sense. But apparently, the prices increase. So in that light also, as much as you're smiling to the bank, there are some people that are not smiling to the market. So how do you try to balance that?
COVID-19 is just 2-3 months old in Nigeria or across the globe. And those people that move to the farms, they are in a big number in their groves. And cropping season is between 120 days to maximum 160 days. So I will urge Nigerians to exercise patience. Immediately we arrive at the harvesting period, the prices of commodities will definitely come down because so many people, as I said earlier, has ventured into agriculture. And I hope and pray that the capable millers we have around us and the number of mills we have in the country will be able to mill enough rice that will be sufficient to everybody. And I assured you, prices definitely will come down to the affordable rate.
In fact, let's even talk about that now before we even go to the next question. Why are prices even usually high for locally produced rice in the first place?
Well, maybe it may not be unconnected with the processes of cultivating our farms. What we do in Nigeria in terms of agriculture, 80-90% is not mechanized. It's manually being operated. And for that, farmers are getting it so difficult, to make a kind of a big profit out of their businesses, particularly before 2015. Farmers are getting it so difficult to make profit out of their business because it's hard to even break even. But from 2015 to date, those farmers are really making profit out of their business because they are getting support from central bank through the Anchor Borrower Program. And definitely prices will be coming down in no distant time. As if you could remember, before 2015 and even late 2015, a bag of rice was being sold at between 16, 17, 18, in fact up to 22,000. But from 2016 to 2019, the bag of milled rice that is milled in Nigeria, grown in Nigeria, and milled in Nigeria, was being sold at between 13, 14,000 naira. Why the prices are going up now is because of this lockdown that virtually people are unnecessarily being panicked about it. You see people rushing to the market to be buying food to stock for 1 month, 2 months, and that is why the prices of the food items are going up. But
Is it your members?
after this panic, the price will still come down.
Is it your members then that are profiteering? Because look, this is what it is. Do you have that conversation amongst yourselves concerning how much a bag of rice should sell?
Yeah, of course we have that conversation between the Central Bank of Nigeria, the rice millers in Nigeria, and also rice farmers. We have a platform that we do meet and discuss about how the price of this commodity should be. And I know the last time we met at Central Bank, we all agreed that a bag of paddy should not be more than between 9 to 10,000. And then a bag of also milled rice should not be more than 14,000 at the factory. And then also a bag of rice should not be more than 16 naira in the hands of dealers. So there is that synergy, and we still have time to meet and see and discuss on how best we can bring down the price of this commodity so that it will be affordable, it will be available and also affordable to virtually all Nigerians.
What is the price of a bag now? What is the price of a bag of local rice now? I mean, you said it's supposed to be 16,000 naira, but what is the price now in Nigeria from your members?
Well, we the farmers, we don't sell milled rice, we sell paddy. And up till today, the bag of paddy in our hands is not more than that 10,000, 10,500, maximum 11,000. And I'm sure that for millers, despite the fact that there are so many challenges around the millers, I don't think that milled rice is more than between 15 to 16,000 up till today.
But are you aware, I don't know what your, one moment, I'm not sure you are aware what the market price is now, because most certainly the average price of rice in the market now is between 20 and 25,000 naira. If you find out that that is true, is it something you are willing to discuss with your members to ensure that the prices at which they release it to the retailers and the wholesalers is low enough so that they can sell at the price you are recommending?
Well, as I said, I still maintain that millers are not really selling more than the agreed price with the central bank, the integrated rice millers. But remember that there are people who decided to venture into rice business who are not millers, who will just pick their bags, go to the market, brand it with a name, buy local rice, package it, and bring it to the market and sell at any given price. But the integrated rice millers, who are under a platform, working with the central bank, up till tomorrow, they are still selling at that agreed price with the central bank. So those that are selling more than that in the market are not really under the platform of or the association that are working with the central bank.
Now, speak to this as well. There is also, just one moment. There is also this allegation on the streets, because in the rice value chain is transportation. Now, in the whole process of this lockdown, food items, including rice, is one of those that are supposed to be able to move freely. Is there any difficulty that your members, that you or your members of your association have in moving these things across the states that could have been responsible for the hike in price?
Well, you know, we are farmers. We are not millers. We don't move our paddy from one state to another. Under the Anchor Borrower program, where farmer is being provided with virtually all the activities that is around his farming, which include land preparation, in fact, from start to finish, including the market. Our farmer doesn't even need now, under the Anko Bora program, to even take their farm produce to local market to sell. The Anko Bora program has provided market at the door of their farms. So we don't experience that problem at all. Maybe our colleagues who are millers, who move from one state to another, the midwives, maybe they're the ones that experience those kind of problems, but not farmers.
Well, there was some data that we came across from World Trade Markets talking about that we consume about 7 million tons per year of rice, and that we're currently producing 3.7 million tons. Could you reconcile that? Is that the case? And now that COVID is upon the world, are we going to experience any shortfall?
I think that figure and that data was a data of 2014-2015. Immediately after the Anko Borowa program started, Nigerian farmers moved from producing 2.5 to 3 metric tons, 3 million metric tons, 3 million metric tons per annum. So as I'm talking to you, almost between 8 to 9 million metric tons. Because our consumption rate now is between 8 to 9 million metric tons per annum. And we are producing that between 8 to 11 million metric tons per annum, because we have two major cropping seasons, wet and dry season. In fact, in the northern part of the country, where we have long period of dry season, we even cultivate twice, because production cycle is 120 days. And if you have 8 months, you have 2 120 days in 8 months. So you'll be able to comfortably cultivate twice in the dry season, and then cultivate once, because we have short wet season period around the north. So you can do that. We can comfortably do 3 cropping seasons in a year in the north. And the same thing in the southern part of the country. Southern part of the country has a long period of wet season, ranging between 8 to 9 months, where they can comfortably do 2 cropping seasons in a wet season, and they have short period of dry season, where they can comfortably do 1 cropping season in the dry season. So you can see that we can do 3 cropping seasons comfortably in 12 months in Nigeria.
Okay.
Because of how we are structured. And in each production cycle, at least between 3 to 4 million metric tons is being produced.
All right. So we've got just one more item that we'd like you to speak to when we return in just a moment. Please stay with us.
Either production, processing, marketing, packaging, input, supply, and what have you. And the only thing you will do is under all these value chain operations, there are platforms, there are associations that are handling those value chain platforms. What you only do is to find out where those associations are located, so that you'll be able to contact them and then ask on how you can easily join them. It's
all right, then.
ABCD.
Thank you very much indeed for talking to us this morning.
Among any of the...
Okay, maybe for those who are trying to get across, we'll tell them to get across to you. I think they want some investment clinic. But thank you very much for talking to us this morning.